Hello student, I am Srimati Bandre Anita Narayan Rao, Junior College Teacher, RBNB College, Srirampur. So today we are going to see this section number 4.1. It is History of Novel, and this section is asked for 16 marks in our board exam. So that's why it is important in our syllabus also. So now we are going to see about it, the history of novel. First of all, I would like to explain here the literature. What is meant by literature? Literature, it is the mirror of life. Literature, it is the mirror of life. Someone defines it, it is the criticism of life, and someone defines it, it is the reflection of life. So various authors, they explain about the literature, their opinion is various type of we can find here. So it is the mirror of life of human being, it is the criticism of life of human being there, or it is the reflection of life of human being we can find in literature here. Okay, so the branches of literature here, the branches of literature. How many branches of literature here? The first, that is poetry, second drama, then novel and short stories here. These are the branches of the literature. Poetry, there is two type of poetry, imaginative and realistic poetry also. Then drama, also two types of drama. Here is comedy and tragedy. Then novel is also, there are so many types we can find novel, historical novel, realistic novel, religious novel also there, psychological novels. So many types we can find in novel also. Short stories are also there. So that's why today we are going to see about the novel or the history of the novel. It is the type of the literature or the branch of the literature here. Okay. So the novel. The 18th century has given English literature two new forms here. The 18th century has gifted the English literature and the two new forms there. So which are that two new forms? That is, which are without any trace or in ancient classical heritage also there. There are two forms, that is the periodical essay and second it is novel. So that two forms 18th century give the English literature. Okay, then now we are going to see about the novel here. The novel, actually that both of these forms, especially novel caught the spirit of the 18th century. Especially novel, it caught the spirit of the 18th century there. So which type of novels there, or what is the definition of novel here? We will see here is given. Look at this. So what is meant by novel? The novel, it is a relatively long narrative fiction which describes intimate human experiences, normally in a prose form. Look at this, normally in a prose form. We call it the novel. So it is long narrative fiction. In this fiction, we can find there the fusion of intellect and emotions. Intellect and emotion, there is the fusion of both things here. And which describes the intimate human experiences there. what human they have the experience in their day-to-day life, they present, they write in novel here, and normally in a prose form. Look at this, it is normally in a prose form or various type of small chapters there are, we can find in the novel there. So then we can see here that is the word novel. It is derived from the Italian word novella, and novella means a new. Novella means a new. Nowadays we are very connected to a novel corona. A novel corona. That time also corona. But now we say novel corona. Novel means new corona. Novel means new corona. As like this novel or novella there. So, and a novel narrates a story, then embellishing or decorating with more details of time, place also there, and then nature also there, and people and their mindset also we can find there, and all that things they are decorating the novel there. So the author or the writer or the narrator, he embellished this novel due to time, place, nature also, people also, their activities also, their mindset also, or their gesture also. All that things decorate the novel here. Author, for example, author or narrator, he narrate the specific time of that, when that incident happened there. When he narrate there, so specially he present the time also there, and then the place also that where that incidents happen, he want to show, he want to explain the place also there, time also there, place also there, nature, that time of climate also there, or atmosphere, what type of atmosphere that time he want to show, he want to present through the novel. Secondly, what is the mindset of that people in that time? For example, you have seen the movie of Tanaji. In Tanaji, that movie, you can see there that the actor or the hero of that movie means Tanaji. And what was his mindset? He was just give the preference to the Sinhagad fort, not any other thing in front of him. He just give the only one thing there, and that is the mindset of the hero or the actor or the main character there. So that is the important thing, and all that things are decorate the novels here. Then gesture and activities of people. That time when he write this novel, the people, their activities, they are working, which type of the works, all that things author present in this novel here. So it creates the picture of the society of that time. Through the novel, we just understand the people or the society of that time. For example, in Zombie also, Anand Yadav, he present the time or the society, that time the society, how that people face various problems there. He present in his novel there, Zombie also. So there are so many novels we can find, and that novel makes life easier to understand there. Look at this, only the novel, it can make the life easier to understand. On the contrary, drama or poetry, it cannot, we cannot understand through the drama or poetry there our life. Because drama, we can't read the drama, just we see drama there, we can't read. Poetry also, we recite it, we take the just enjoy the recitation of poem there. Because The poet used various type of figures of speech, poetic devices also there, figurative language he also used there. So that's why it is difficult to understand the common people. So that's why they prefer novel here. And novel, it is very easy to understand the life of human being. That's why maximum people, they read the novel. And in modern era, novel has adopted the literary prose here. And it is too much popular nowadays. We can see it is popular branch of literature. Means maximum people, they give the preference to read a novel. So we see the origin of the novel here. What is the origin of novel? So the novel is literary genre and has a history about 2000 years there. It has a history about 2000 years, but that time we see the collection of tales and known as a Greek romances there. And in 2nd and 6th century may top the list there, and these imaginative and delightful stories of ideal love and marvelous adventures there in 2nd and 6th century. We can find there are romance also there, imaginative, delightful stories we can find there, ideal love and marvelous adventures we can find, that type of novels in that century, 2nd and 6th century. So, and it affected the creative writing for the next 1000 years also. It was affected the creative writing, because in that time, in that era, maximum people, they give the preference to this type of writing there. They appreciate the romances, the ideal love also, because they have too much time. They spend their time in reading this type of novels. So here, see the Murasaki Shikibu, his first novel, Tale of the Genji. It is the first novel, means it is the world's first novel of Tale of Genji, and in 1010 we can find this novel was published there. In 2nd, Don Quixote, it was the Europeans' first novel, Don Quixote. And Miguel de Cervantes is the name of the author, it's the name of the writer of this novel here. It was the first novel of Europe there, European first novel. So in 18th century, that is, we can find there the maximum people, they are coming from middle class society, and actually there were the revolutions, industrial revolutions, and due to that industrial revolution there were aroused a middle class there, and that middle class people, they don't like to the romances, the tragedy also, they don't like that type of novels, because they have not the time, they face day to day life so many problems there. So what's happened there? The appearances of in 18th century, the appearance of newspaper and magazine attracted a large number of readers from middle class there, and these new readers had a little interest in romances and tragedies. They are new readers. They are that middle class society, they have no interest in reading romances there or reading tragedies there. So that's why in 18th century there were aroused the novel here, but they give the preference to another type of novels there. So which were appreciated by the upper class society here. That type of novels, they appreciate the upper class society. And we can find here that is the middle class people, they don't like this type of novels, so their choice or their appreciation is totally different from the upper class society here. So actually it is the history of novel and the origin of the novels here. So after the 1740, novel originated as the literary form of the England, and it increased the trade and commerce that time, and along with the industrial revolution there were, and due to that industrial revolution there were rising the middle class society, and that middle class people, they have spent their so many time in working, and their choice is different from the upper class society, so that's why they don't appreciate that imaginative also, or the romances also, or tragedian novel also. Just they prefer the realistic novel. They prefer the realistic novel there. So that's why from that the 18th century we can find there were various type of novels aroused there. So in this first video, I think we are stop here. Then the next video we will see about the types of novel and elements of novels. Okay, thank you.